Hey guys, it's DJ with the Hoeve Realty Group, and today on episode 5 of Opening Up, we're going to talk to Billy Millington, who is the coach of entrepreneurs. He is the financial whiz to help you get your business in shape, off the ground, or out of this financial crisis. Hey guys, it's DJ with the Hoeve Realty Group, and welcome to another episode of Opening Up. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing a friend and colleague of mine, Billy Millington of the Millington Group. Simply put, he is a coach for entrepreneurs, specializes in finance, but I'm going to let him explain to you exactly what he does. But Billy, great to see you, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, DJ. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate the opportunity to not only spend time with you, but also share what I'm doing with other people to hopefully allow everyone greater success in the future.
Yeah, so this is a little bit different from some of the other people that I've interviewed, right? Where somebody has a restaurant or somebody has a CrossFit gym. It's pretty easy. It's a product that they're trying to sell. Your business is a service-related business, a lot like mine. And right now, a lot of people are trying to figure out what they're spending money on, what they're not going to spend money on. And from a business perspective, they're tightening their belts here, trying to make sure they can make ends meet. So a lot of people might think that spending money on your service would be a bad idea or a way that they're not using their money wisely, but yours is actually the complete opposite, right?
I would have to agree with that. Really like the Millington Group is based around helping entrepreneurs and small to mid-sized businesses with establishing financial projections, helping them to actually tighten up their operations. And all of this is so that we have a means of analysis. Without having a means of analysis, there's no way to make the right decision at the right time. What then we do is we allow and help entrepreneurs to understand how it's being successful or how it's not being successful, and how to make mid-course corrections in order to increase sales, decrease expenses, and increase their overall net profit.
Right. So I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in this business for 13 years. I didn't have a business background. I didn't take business courses when I was in college. And like most entrepreneurs, I think we just kind of think what we want to do. We go run at it full speed and then try to adjust our course as we see fit. But that's obviously a really inefficient way to do it. But as a small business, I don't have a CFO. I don't have a financial consultant that I can talk to. So that's what your business is. It's basically a consultancy in the financial aspects of an entrepreneur's business, right?
Absolutely. We try and support entrepreneurs, and as I said, small to mid-sized businesses with the skill set of a CFO, like a chief financial officer, or even those of like a controller on an as-needed basis. So the CFO services, full-time can be paid anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000. We are not in that ballpark. What we do is we try and provide those services on an as-needed basis in order to give entrepreneurs access to that skill set that they might not have. I've been in my own business since I was 25. So a little over, let's just call it 20-something years.
We won't talk about exact numbers.
Yeah. The things that I have learned is how to build forecasts and to not be scared of the numbers, but to really love the numbers and to really be able to massage them to make sure that we're making the right decisions at the right time. In the beginning of business, honestly, I made a lot of mistakes, and we were just running down the road, just being like, I own my own business. But when we didn't have any means of measurement, so then we didn't know if we were being successful. We didn't know if we were failing. It ended up though that we were failing, because if we didn't have that. And over the years, I've learned that is critical to the success of any business. Large corporations have entire, they have entire divisions around this. entrepreneurs, smaller businesses typically try and manage this on their own. And we help them in that moment in order to have the right skill set, in order to be able to like deliver.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because I don't think many people know that a service like this, which for lack of a better phrase, in layman's terms, is kind of like freelance financial consultant for your business. I don't think a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, know this exists or know they can even afford it, because they probably assume, like you said, it's $200,000 to $300,000 to hire somebody into this position. Small businesses don't have that type of liquidity often to be able to pay somebody to do that, or maybe they don't have enough workload to really need that person to fill a full-time position, right?
Absolutely. And I've seen that 20 plus years in my own business, et cetera, I know that one of the struggles of an entrepreneur is really sharing information. Most entrepreneurs are very, they're very protective of their own information, and they are typically not willing to share their success, and definitely don't want to share their failures with anyone, because it's part of their ego in a way.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a challenge. Like, I've been there, done that, and I don't have any issue sharing anything of any of the success that I've had or any of the failures that I have. And, I'm just purely here just to help people. Like, that's it. Like, I don't care about, really anything else,
But you've always been an extremely humble person from that perspective, but as a business, that actually offers a huge benefit, right? Because most entrepreneurs either don't seek out advice from anybody, or if they do seek it out, they're seeking it out from other people that are in the same industry and the same niche that they're in, which means you're just getting the same perspective over and over again, looked at by the same type of people, where you come in with an outside perspective. And I was reading this actually when you were working with, I think it's Red Bank Smiles, right? The dentist office. Mm-hmm. That the biggest value you brought is that you haven't worked with a dentist office or a dental practice in the past. So you come at things with a completely fresh, new perspective.
That is true. Everyone says, and what's my specialty? And I just say, it's just business. It just, it doesn't matter to me. It's math and it's analytics. And as long as we're able to identify that and build out, then we can turn any screw inside the business in order to make them tighter, in order to tighten up every process and everything in the business in order to extract out and more profit in the end for the owner.
Yeah, and I think I can speak for most small business owners that we not only are scared of the numbers, either don't know the numbers or really don't want to deal in numbers. We'd rather somebody else handle that part of the business and just tell us what we need to go do, marketing, sales, whatever the fun part of the thing we're really good at is high energy. So I think it's a really cool option to have this as a resource for small businesses. But like we started off talking about in the beginning, this is a weird time. I mean, if you listen to the people we've had on the show, if you talk to some other friends, and know a lot of us, especially in the Red Bank area, there's a lot of retail businesses, not only that are struggling, but that we've seen actually go out of business just in the last 7 weeks since COVID-19 hit. And I was stunned when I was talking to you in prep of this interview that you told me you're willing to talk to people and help them for free. For free.
Yeah. That's it. Like,
why? Why would you do it for free when you could charge somebody?
People need help. It's, it's just my nature. Like, I just want to help people. I know money's important to everyone at the moment. I'm okay, so why can't I give back to other people? It's kind of one of the things that, it's really one of the principles that I feel as though I'm trying to build our company off of, which is really just giving back as much as we possibly can. And in that method, then we will also receive what we need in return. There's been many businesses over the past, let's call it 2.5 months, that don't have a resource, don't have someone to talk to. And I just kind of took it upon myself to start reaching out to my friends that own businesses all over the state and just say, how are you operating? Did you know about this? I spoke with somebody earlier and they turned left at this point and they saw success and they're like, I never thought about turning left before. And I said, well, the benefits of turning left at that point will be you to a fork in the road, and that's what you need. You need to have as many options in front of you as possible, and just helping people to understand. It's scary, and like there's not a lot of information out there. And something that I've always said is like, like what I say to entrepreneurs, like when I'm talking to them, is I say, I'm not going to stand in front of you. I'm not going to stand behind you. I'm going to stand just to the right behind you, and I'm going to be there to help support you, to put a hand on your back, like when you need to be comforted, when you need to be pushed, when you need to have like a little bit of guidance, and and that's just how we operate.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of envision you as like a little Mark Cuban right here. Like Shark Tank. You don't have to give up a portion of your company.
Yeah,
these people who are existing businesses that maybe are trying to get a better wrap around their numbers or a better grasp of it, they can come to you for that information and then not have to give up 25, 35% of their company or a licensing agreement or what you're seeing people do on Shark Tank, and still get the benefit of having somebody who deals in this on a daily basis that can help steer them in the right direction. And the way I kind of looked at this and envisioned it is, you've got two sets of people that really you can help. One is the existing small business that right now is just trying to figure out how to pivot, how to change their business, how to make sure that they're more profitable, how to change on the other side of COVID-19 quarantine so that they can remain profitable or get back to profitability. And then there's the other side of this, which is small business entrepreneurs who are anxious to start a new business right now because there's going to be so much opportunity for whatever that niche is, whatever idea they've come up with that they think could take over once things open back up. They need something other than just the idea. They need a business plan, and they need somebody to help them and hold their hand to get through it and get off the ground.
That is a great point. I've seen a lot of that also over the past 8 weeks or so, where people have reached out to me, mostly friends or actually through like referrals, and they've said, hey, like, can you help me? I have this idea, like I was just laid off from my job. I don't know what to do, but I've had this idea, this global e-commerce business. And I'm like, dude, you're insane. Like there's so much going on, but he has this vision and he has these contacts, but he doesn't know how to put together like a business plan or even financials. And I mean, I've met with probably 6 or 7 times so far, and it's just a matter of gearing up his business and getting ready to launch. And he's not ready yet, but hopefully once things start to open up, then he will have an opportunity to actually get investors, like people that but even the investment community at the moment is very shy. And he needs investors, that he needs investors in order to build out his process and his website and all of his operations. And, then we're steering him in that direction and getting him ready. So that way, when it is ready to open up, he's able to execute on a dime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what I would just say to people is if you've got a small business right now and you're worried about the EIDL or the PPP loans and that process, I mean, Billy can help you with that. But even if you're just trying to take a second look at your business and figure out, how can I shift? How can I pivot? Please give him a call, because he's just straightforward. There's no judgment. And like I said, he's willing to talk to you for free. So what's the downside in doing it? And if you've got an idea that you're trying to get off the ground and you need somebody to give you an impartial perspective on it from a financial angle, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't call him. So I know that's a hard compliment for you to probably hear, Billy. But it's the truth.
It is true. And, there's, over the years, like our business has grown, and, like we've taken on a lot of work, and, and sometimes we're taxed, but that's kind of, like that's also part of the joy of having your own business, that's,
And that's why Carolyn's there, isn't it?
Yes. She just started back in March, which was really good timing on our part. We decided to build out like a project management aspect of our business. She had 24, 25 years inside of corporate America managing IT software projects and other types of projects. And we were ready to rock and roll. And all of a sudden, it was like, everyone's going to die. And everyone of our clients was like, we can't pay you right now. So we are just in a state of flux in that arm of our business. But the other side, as far as the operations and the finance, that is really blowing up for us.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting world on the other side of this, but you're coming from a place of value, and it's hard to deny that. If you're willing to talk to people and help them, good things come from that, right? So
Yeah.
I know business will continue to be strong for you and only get better on the other side of this. But I got a couple questions for you, sort of unrelated, right? So
Sure.
I ask everybody, and you live in Red Bank, so you are like right in the midst of all the great restaurants in Monmouth County. You're stone's throw from the beach. Where's the place you go to sit down to eat as soon as we're allowed to sit down and have a public meal?
Yeah. Tough one, because there's a lot of good restaurants in Red Bank, you know.
Well, hopefully they're all still there in another 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect, I would imagine most of them will probably be here. Oh man, a good meal in town. I mean, I love like Biravino. I love Biravino. Navasink 26, B2, Char.
Look at that. We're just going to hit everybody in Red Bank. Just go on down to Red Bank and enjoy a meal in every restaurant.
But I'm just going to take my bike and I'm just going to start pedaling down the street, and I'm just going to bounce back and forth from place to place.
Why not, man? Have an appetizer here, have a beer there. You do your own little pub crawl right through Red Bank.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
So what are you guys doing right now? I think you kind of explained this, right? The project management side of the business might be a little tough at the current moment, but the finance side of things, have you been getting contacted by people in the midst of all this for help and how to steer through PPP and EIDL? Is that a lot of what you're handling right now?
It's a lot of what I'm doing just with my, and just with my close network of people, just trying to help everyone navigate like the PPP program. There's the EIDL, like the economic impact, like disaster loan, and then there's also like the PPP, like the payroll, like protection program, but there's not a lot of guidance around any of those or even how they operate, and
yeah, they've been really messy. And the fact that you've got some perspective with the people you've been working with and just being able to share that anecdotally back and forth. I know we needed that. We fumbled our way through the process and started with Bank of America, didn't get it. And then it came through from a smaller local bank. So it's very helpful to have just somebody to talk to who's been through it with other customers.
Yeah. I mean, it's important, now really than my focus, is really understanding how to achieve the forgiveness that they have told us that then we have. And as of now, I haven't seen anything that actually says if you want to have your $20,000 or $200 or $1 million PPP loan forgiven, you have to apply here. Here are the steps that you do that with. I'm actually not too sure, and I am working on that now, and I'm trying to come up with some ideas in order to help people and help them to navigate and through that.
Yeah, it's a work in progress for sure. All right, one more question for you is, you get to go and give somebody a hug, not Carolyn. She's living in the house with you right now, but you get to give somebody else a hug as soon as you're allowed to do it. Who's the first person you hug?
I'd say my dad.
That's nice. Does he live nearby?
He lives about 40 minutes away, but he's been home alone now for going on 10 weeks, and his hair's growing out. It's really hard, but yeah.
That's cool, man. Hopefully soon enough. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here. I really want to impress upon people to give Billy a call. So I'm going to put up here on the screen the phone number, and go to themillingtongroup.com. Check him out on Instagram at the Millington Group. Please reach out to him. He's got so much opportunity and so much experience to be able to give you guys to help, and it's free. I know I keep telling people that, and hopefully it's not free forever for Billy's sake, but right now he's willing to talk to you for free. Well, why would you not do it?
Exactly.
Oh, Billy, thank you, man. I appreciate you making time for us.
Absolutely, DJ. Thank you so much.
No problem. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Ciao.
Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to check out some of our other videos. Hit that subscribe button to make sure you're alerted when we drop a new video. Give us a like down below. If you have any comments, share those with us too. Talk to you guys soon.